NASA has just found Earth's twin brother, which is moving at a crazy speed and could hit our planet in only 5 years. What? Are you serious? Well, yes, but only in theory. Let me explain. We are all aware that the universe is very vast. It is impossible for us to know exactly how big it is, but we have some guesses based on what we see. For example, the observable universe extends 94 billion light-years in diameter. However, even though the universe is so big, according to scientists, there is no empty space in it. Every celestial body has its twin somewhere out there. And I don't mean just planets, stars, and galaxies. There are many moons out there that have their exact replicas too. It may sound incredible, but that is what the science has shown. However, until recently, we haven't been able to find any evidence of these twins. We are unable to travel to distant galaxies, and even the nearest star system is 4.37 light-years away from us. But thanks to modern technology and NASA's unbelievable discoveries, we finally have proof that Earth has its twin brother, a planet with almost the same characteristics as ours. And not just that, this new discovered planet is approaching the speed of light and will be here in 5 years. Do you want to hear more? Then stay tuned till the end of the video. Are you ready? Now let's get started. Have you heard about the Kepler-186f planet? According to NASA, this planet is located in the constellation of Lyra, and it is around 500 light-years away from Earth. As soon as the space agency announced the discovery of this exoplanet, it attracted a lot of public attention because of the fact that this planet is very similar to our Earth. In 2014, after 3 years of observation, scientists determined that Kepler-186f was potentially habitable. Although the planet is a bit bigger than Earth, it receives a similar amount of sunlight as we do, which makes it possible for liquid water to exist on its surface. That is why it was considered to be a candidate for finding aliens. But that's not the most interesting part. Wait, then what is the exciting fact about Kepler-186f? Just listen to this. The planet is moving at 18 kilometers per second. That is 64,800 kilometers per hour. This means that if the planet continues to move at this speed, it will approach the solar system in just 5 years. So does this mean that in 5 years, alien astronomers will set foot on our planet? It sounds fantastic, but it is actually possible. Unfortunately, scientists are not sure whether the planet will enter the solar system peacefully or it will crash into it at full speed. If you are wondering how they got this information, it is because NASA has found another interesting thing about this planet. NASA discovered a signal coming from this exoplanet that resembles human language. Researchers have used the search for extraterrestrial intelligence or SETI method to analyze the data. They found something shocking. There were patterns in the signal that indicated that someone was trying to communicate with us. These radio signals seem to be directed towards our planet, and they are sent by the civilization that lives on Kepler-186f. Could it be possible that this planet and Earth had some connection in the past? Is it really a twin planet? Does it mean that the inhabitants of this world are our descendants or maybe ancestors? Or perhaps it's a parallel civilization returning home after many years? There are so many questions without answers. The scientific community is shocked by this discovery, and researchers are still looking for answers. In addition, scientists have carried out research using the Hubble telescope and learned that this planet can support life. Moreover, according to them, the conditions there are even better than on Earth. They say that although the planet is slightly bigger than our planet, it is similar to Earth in all other respects. The atmosphere, climate, and the amount of precipitation are almost the same. And the most important thing is that the planet is located in the habitable zone, which indicates that there is liquid water on it. All this suggests that if humanity exists on Earth, then there may be a more advanced civilization on Kepler-186f. Scientists also assume that this civilization may have developed due to the fact that it was not affected by wars, epidemics, famines, or any other cataclysms that occur from time to time on our planet. It is possible that they reached a level of development that we can only dream of, and they decided to share their knowledge with us. It sounds great, but like every theory, this one also has its supporters and opponents. First of all, supporters of this theory believe that humanity is constantly developing, and it won't take long before it reaches a higher level. If we talk about the progress of mankind in general, we can notice that the development took place in leaps and bounds. First, primitive people used stones as tools, then came the era of metals. Next, people split into different civilizations and eventually united again into one big family called humanity. After that, the internet and social networks appeared, which made our life much easier. Who knows what other inventions await us in the future? Perhaps in a few decades, we will create a colony in space. However, despite the fact that we are progressing well, we still have a lot of problems. Even now, there are conflicts between countries, poverty, hunger, and inequality. Moreover, our planet is constantly being polluted, and its resources are not infinite. Unlike Earth, Kepler 186f has no such problems. Therefore, the planet's inhabitants could develop much faster. Maybe they already have everything they need for a comfortable life. So they don't need to conquer space or look for new sources of energy. Maybe they don't even have money, because there is simply nothing to buy on the planet. Maybe they live in peace and harmony, helping each other and living in complete unity with nature. That would be amazing. Opponents of this theory believe that our planet is unique, and there is no other planet like it in the universe. They say that it is impossible to find a twin planet because each celestial body is unique in its own way, and any attempts to prove otherwise are futile, and they are right. But not entirely, because our solar system really has two planets that are similar to each other. These are Earth and Mars. At first glance, they seem completely different. However, scientists have found that Mars is actually a twin of Earth, but only in the past. According to experts, many millions of years ago, there was a liquid on the surface of Mars and it looked like Earth. Then something happened and the planet turned into a cold desert. Moreover, according to scientists, traces of bacteria were found on Mars, which once inhabited the planet. This means that Mars could be a twin planet of Earth in the distant past, and it is quite possible that it may become one in the future. And what about the twin planet approaching Earth at the speed of light? Is it also a parallel world? In fact, scientists cannot exclude this version. In their opinion, there may be many Earths and all of them are located on the same line, but shifted in time relative to each other. Each of them develops in its own way and moves along this timeline. Sometimes these timelines can intersect, and this can explain the sudden appearance of a twin planet in the solar system. There is another theory according to which this planet is Earth from another timeline. Judging by its size and location in space, it should be an ice cube, but it isn't. This means that it broke away from our planet at some point in time and began to develop independently of us. Or perhaps it is a fragment of Earth that broke off as a result of a collision with an asteroid and then moved to another timeline. In any case, when the planet enters the solar system, scientists will be able to say for sure what it is and where it came from. Until then, we can only guess. I hope that it will be a friendly visit. But you never know. Maybe it is a punishment from the higher powers for all the dirty things that we have done. Don't you think it's time for us to clean up our planet a little? Otherwise, our guests may have something to be angry about. What do you think about this amazing discovery? Is it a twin planet or a fragment of Earth that broke off in a distant past? Share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. See you later.